Hi, I'm Andrew Trendle. You're watching NME. We're here at Reading 2025 with Ollie Sykes to bring me the horizon.
All right.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. It's been a long one, but well, you know how it. I mean, you look really fresh for a man who's just had twins.
Yeah, thank you. I'm feeling good, yeah. They've been sleeping, so it's been all right. I mean, hectic, but it's been not too bad.
Yeah, but you're feeling renewed.
Yeah, I feel like a different human being, for sure.
Well, that's it. I mean, does that make today all the more emotional? Like, not only headlining Reading for a second time, which is massive enough, but doing it as a new man.
I've actually never felt so calm and peaceful before like a headline festival. I'm usually way more stressed than this, and I just feel like, don't know how to put it, because it's still a massive thing for me and it's still exciting and put so much work into the show, and you know, nothing's changed in that respect. But I think I'm usually just like start worrying about like if the screen's going to work, if the pyro's going to go off at the right time, if I'm going to sing a bum note, or you know what I mean, all this stuff, and that's just all gone. Not that it's just another gig, but it's like, I guess the most important thing now is like waiting for me at home, rather than it being like, if this gig goes exactly to plan, you know what I mean? So, and I think I needed that. I was just saying in another interview, it's just like instantly has killed so much stuff that I had before. Like, I just used to, you know, keep myself awake with like regrets and fears and the future and what could happen, and just like worried about petty stuff with a band, and you know, just everything. And it's just like, it just obliterated it overnight. Like, I take medication for ADHD, which really like makes me more serious. Like, I'm just mental without it, but it don't feel like it don't work anymore. And I think maybe it's just because all this worry's gone. Like, it's just lightened the load so much. So like, obviously, like having kids is hectic, but it's took so much from me in another place that it's like, I'm just so happy. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a massive, I've been trying to get to this place, so I never thought like it would be kids that would get you there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Are the band like, where's Ollie the micromanager gone? What's happened there?
I don't know. They're probably just like happy to have a little break from me. I mean, we're still working. That's the thing. At first I thought, right, I'm done for a bit. I'm just focusing on these kids. And about 5 days, you know, I just sleep all the time. You know, I've got time. So we're still working, you know, we're still making music, and it's slower, a bit more delegating and working remotely and stuff like that. But yeah, it's at the same time, it's like, it's what I love doing. And so it's like, again, it's another good thing. It's like, I'm doing it, but it's also like, I don't need to finish it. It's not like I've got to go in the studio, and if we don't finish it, I get depressed. And it's like, it's just slowly ticking over. And also, like I say, all that stuff all that external noise is gone. I feel like even making me a better writer, because I'm not thinking like, where's the next single? Or will this do well? I'm just like, I just want to make something cool. You know what I mean? So even to that level, it's helping. So I think even on a creative level, it's going to be really good.
Well, that's it. Last time we spoke, you said, when you were talking about where you saw the post-human arc going, you said, I've got to end a lot of relationships. I've got to leave my own country. I've got to get away and sort of kill a part of myself. I can't be in the place that made me sick. But like, it sounds like you've just automatically been transported to that place you were trying to reach.
Like I say, I think I've been working towards it, but I think now it's like all these things that I preach and say, it's like now in my head, I'm like, I've actually got to be that now, because if that's what I want my kids to see, and they see through bullshit, you know, if you're anxious, you can try and hide it, but they see it all. You know what I mean? It's not just like purely visual. It's, they feed off you, don't they? I think because my wife was so calm through the pregnancy, and let's say they're sleeping and they're just angels, I'm like, it feels like that's part of it. I've got that in my head now. I'm like, all these things that I'm preaching and saying to do, and what's good for your mental health and what you shouldn't care about and all that stuff, it's like, really, I was still caring about it, way less, and I'll work, but I still trip up, and I still do stuff where my brain goes, don't do that, do it. Do you know what I mean? Like Homer Simpson almost, you know what I mean? Like, and now it's like, you can't fuck about anymore. You can't. You haven't got that, because they're there, the kids. You've got to protect them. You've got to look after them. You've got to always be on it. And it's like, I think, it's just it's helped me get over that edge. Truly, do you know what I mean? So that's like an amazing thing.
So other than being like knee deep in nappies, have you found that fatherhood and even waiting for the kids and the way that it's changed the way you look at the world, how's that sort of filtered into the music? How's your relationship to the music, the relationship to like what you're producing? Has it got like a new prism?
It's a little too early to tell, I think, because it's you know, like I say, it's been slow.
Yeah.
But like I say, I think there's this renewed sense of like the pressures a little bit. Like it's not so like, oh fuck, it's not what I thought it was going to be or whatever. It's more like, this is cool. And I had to have that before, as we were leading up to the birth. I had to be like, because I wanted new music out this year.
Yeah.
Got so much from the next gen kind of like archive that I want the world to hear. And I was like, beginning of this year, I literally phoned my label and manager. I was like, right, it's nearly here. I've got like 8 songs. I think I've got 12 songs actually, and they're all bangers, and they're so close. We're gonna get first single out before Rock Am Ring, and then second single out before Leeds, and it started going on, maybe not. And now I'm like, it's not even coming out this year. But I had to gear myself up to be like, you cannot care about that. The most important thing is now is Alyssa, my wife, and looking after her, and you know, being there and being present, like, you know, because I could be someone easily that would be sat on my laptop in the ER room. Do you know what I mean? Just like, yeah, you know,
hold
what I
it
mean?
in.
And so I had to really condition myself. Like I say, now that's set in. There's a like, okay, that's okay now. And I think it's just helping. Do you know what I mean? The music will come, but it's kind of realizing we don't have to put another record out. We just put one out. You know what I mean? Most bands would go away for 2 years, have an actual break. So you don't have to do this. But I want to. Do you know what I mean? And it's that kind of feeling of like, I want to, and I'm going to try my hardest because I enjoy it. And if it don't come or it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? But rather than feeling like, and not that I don't feel like I owe it to the fans, because I know they want to hear it. But at the same time, it's like, it's just taking a step back and going, but there's other things that are important in my life now, and I've got to make sure that they come first.
Yeah.
I just think ultimately that's going to help the process. Do you know what I mean? And help us make some really good music. And I can already feel that. I just feel like comfortable in like, the band is good. It's fine. We're doing all right. Like, we don't need to do better.
Well, that was it. So before it was like the workaholic inside you was like, why did I say we're having a hiatus? I've got so much to do. But now it sounds like bring on the hiatus, yeah?
Yeah, totally. I can't even imagine a hiatus, to be honest. Like, I'd like to, because I see how good it does for bands when they go away for 5 years, but I just love it too much. I don't know if I could do it like that. Do you know what I mean? We obviously need a break. I need a break because like what I'm doing now, it's all next gen. Do you know what I mean? And I want I'm already craving a fresh sound and keep making stuff that I'm like, oh, that's sick. But I'm like the songs I'm sitting on that are like so sick, but I'm like, but it's not next gen. It's something else. But I still don't know how that's going to be. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I know for a fact I can't write that now. I've got to write that in a year when I've been away, when I've let my mind just decompress and come back and go, what is the theme? What is the world? What is the sound? So we need that, definitely. But like, in terms of like a kind of strategic play, I just can't see it happening because I just love it too much. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just accepting it is what it is feels really good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're still feeling the same about where the post-human arc's going to go? Has that changed at all? Has the storyline changed? Well, not storyline, but you know what I mean, the journey as such.
It's ever evolving. It's like there's so much of this story that I've already written that I really want to tell. Like, we've been doing this like unbelievable kind of mockumentary thing, telling all the lore and stuff, and there's so much of that to tell that's gonna, I think, blow people's minds, that dates back from Ammo and everything. That's just like, it's always been there. I've just never bothered to tell anyone. And I really want to wrap that up in a nice way, because that in itself just feels so next gen, what we're doing. And I don't know if it's Post-Human 3 is going to have that vibe that will work with that. It gets to a point with a story where it's like, okay, what's next? Do you know what I mean? I didn't even realize when I was writing all this how much every character is just like a kind of a side of me. Yeah. Do you know, like whether it's like the battle between like my onstage persona and the person I really am, or like how I used to use drugs to desensitize myself from the world. And like every character, like when I took a step back, I'm like, oh my God, this is all like, these are all my personal journeys. And I didn't even realize when I was writing them. So it's like, I can't really write the next bit until like, I'm like, where am I now? Do you know what I mean? And obviously we're talking about fatherhood and all that stuff. And it feels like this is a massively transformative part of my life, that probably the biggest thing since like a teenager. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It feels like that. It just feels like I've gone through like puberty again, but to a new level. Do you know what I mean? So who knows what that will bring in terms of story. on top of the fact that the world's fucking
Yeah.
just such a scary and weird, and I feel like I've said everything I need, like, can say on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's so mainstream. We know it now. It's like these were like interesting dystopian plots. It's almost like generic at this point. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like next phase is like, I don't really know. I think I've got no idea. Like what I think it is such a like loose thing in my head that there's just no way that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that needs time. Do you know what I mean? Just to like, I guess, populate in my brain and just.
Well, that was it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, are you intimidated by sort of next gen 4 and 5, or are you quite comfortable then being on like in the distance?
I think I've just accepted that this project is just such a big thing now, and like at first it felt like a small little idea, and now it's just like, these are just our albums now. Do you know what I mean? It don't really change. Or I can go wherever I want with them. So they have names, yeah, but there's nothing stopping me or boxing me in to go, it's got to be like this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whatever I want it to be is whatever it would be. Do you know what I mean? So it is just, to some extent, the story and all that stuff, but it wouldn't really change what our next record would sound like, I don't think. So I've just accepted that I'll probably be like 45 by the time these records are finished. And then that'll be an exciting thing as well. Like, fuck knows what it'll be. Do you know what I mean?
Well, can you imagine bringing me as old men? You're going to be like the Stones and go until you're like 80.
It's going to have to be. I'm nearly 40 already. So, like, it's happening. Do you know what I mean? I never thought I'd make it this far, but it's happening. People seem to still like us. So,
Keep going.
just keep going until it fizzles out, I guess. But yeah, just it's exciting. I love it. I can't wait to get to the next record, but I've also just got to like kind of practice that patience for it to be. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, some songs that I just, oh my God, I can't sit on this, but if you want it to be the best version of that song, it's for the next record.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you've got to start sticking all like hyper pop arpeggio crap on it to make it fit in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, next gen it's just a sound, you know what I mean, what we'll move away from. I don't want to just write a bunch of stuff that's like in between, and then the next record doesn't feel that kind of fresh because we've already got one foot in there and one foot in next gen and stuff. So, but at the same time, like I say, it's like, listen to these songs we've got and I'm like, this is so good. This is craziness to not put them out, but they will not work on the next record. So we've got to get them done, you know.
Anything you can tell us about tonight's surprise? You said it was going to be immersive. Any surprises, special guests, or just Wonderwall?
The only special guest will be whatever fan gets on stage to sing Antivis with us, to be honest. So this is just like us, really. But we started the next gen campaign, really, 2022 here with Eve and the whole kind of AI overload kind of thing. And it's cool because it feels like this is the final iteration. This is like, we're calling it the final experiment. So it is the last version of this show before we kind of, like, next year will be the last next gen shows, and then that'll be it. It's cool to like, it's like bookending it. Do you know what I mean? Like finishing it here, and it's like, it's come so far, the show. Like thinking back that when we like debuted that and the Eve thing kind of went viral and stuff, and it's just like, I never knew at that point it was going to take on such a life and such a story. It goes so deep and everything we're doing, and I'm enjoying it so much. Like I've just realized that it's almost like, I think I used to be a drug addict because I liked escaping into like a little world of my own and all stuff, and I've just realized I'm kind of vicariously doing that through making this show, just like feeding my inner child with like nostalgia, and it's great because I'm like, I can do this. We've got money to burn, you know what I mean? I just got to come up with the ideas and tell them what to do, and you know, write it out, and it's just seeing it come to life. It's just like, it's so much fun. Do you know what I mean? And that's
why I think your Oasis cover went down so well, because it sounds like you're having a really good time.
yeah. It's just, we're just doing what we love doing. Do you know what I mean? It's just, we're just buzzing off it, and it's just also, we've done it all ourselves. You know what I mean? It's like, I think some people might think like we have these massive production houses and companies that are helping us do all this, but it's me coming up with the ideas. My mate in Australia does the animations, like our crew that are amazing, and we all just put our heads together. And you know, and the shows that I was looking at when first put this together were like all the dance acts that are doing all the immersive kind of stuff, and I want a show like that. And like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, how the fuck do you get the visuals to match the lights and it look like it's coming out the screen? And I was so green with it, obviously I don't have a clue, like, and it's just been from Leeds and Reading to download. It's just been like chipping away and go, that looks cool, but we can make it stronger. And and learning so much. And like now we're here, I'm like it stands toe to toe with the stuff that I was looking up to. And so in my opinion, do you know what I mean? It's like I'm really hard to please as well when it comes to the show. Like when we do pre-production, I'm always like I feel bad for crew because I just look miserable all the time because I'm like, that's out of time, that's wrong, I can't see that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I am stoked at the same time. I probably should tell them more, like, you're doing a fucking incredible job, but I'm just so like laser focused on what's wrong. But like even I stood back on Thursday when we were doing it and I was like, fucking hell, this is really good. Do you know what I mean? And that's a lot coming from me, I think.
Well, I'm sure planning it would give you a nervous breakdown, but have you got like sketches in a notebook of the pyramid stage at Glastonbury, maybe headline 2027? What do you reckon?
No, Glastonbury's not our world. I don't even know if this is our world. Like we're always going to feel like the underdog, and it's hard to see ourselves like a gen pop mainstream band. I'm like, is anyone going to be here for us? And like I said, that stuff's gone now, but also like it's just so hard for us to not think of ourselves as like this underground rock band still. You know, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, that would have been ambition, or maybe like playing Coachella and stuff like that. But I'm like, but that's not our world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We don't force it.
Why? Yeah, we're not the cool, trendy barista core band. Do you know what I mean? We're our own thing. We're this weird and wonderful band that do all this. Like we just put out this episode 3 of Unbelievable, which if you don't know what that is, it's like this kind of mockumentary and it's Lee dressed up in a fucking Anchorman wig and suit. Do you know what I mean? Just in a northern accent, just explaining all the law. And I was like, and I saw a comment saying, man, I remember this band when they came out with Count Your Blessings. What the fuck is going on? Like, what are they doing? Like, and it's just like, we've just crafted our own thing and we're just really enjoying it. And it's like, we're really happy. And the bands are like best friends and it's all good. So it's like, why rock that? Why try and force ourselves into like, you know, a square peg when it's not our world, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm totally with that with everything. I don't want people like, oh, Wembley Stadium next. I'm like, yeah, when 100,000 people actually want to see our band and not like we're doing discounts at Morrison's, you know what I mean?
Come.
Yeah, it's like, then yeah, but until then I don't give a shit. I'd rather play 202s or 102 or whatever. I'd rather just, whatever it is, just have fun, do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like, that's all that really matters when it comes down to it. Do you know what I mean? We're getting paid. We're all happy. We've got what we need. Like, we don't need much more in life. Why try and like force things? When we went through that period, you know what I mean, where we wanted to be on that side a little bit, and all that came when we stopped trying to, you know, not jump on the bandwagon, because we never did that, but tried to conform a little bit. When we just did our thing, that's when like Ed Sheeran phoned us up and we're like, do you want to come and do Brits? Or that's when we won an award and stuff, when we just did our thing. Do you know what I mean? So it really does just show you, like, whenever you try and fucking force it or think, oh, this is a good idea, or try and like be like cynical about it, it just backfires.
That's when you come unstuck.
Yeah, for real.
Ollie, thanks so much for your time, man.
Nice one, man.